Well, I finally did it. I've been wanting to get this thing for a very long time, and I finally got it. This bad boy is the ADTR high flow intake tube. And this is the only intake setup you should be running if you have a stock or lightly modified Crown Vic. So after watching this video, if you decide you want to get your own high flow air intake tube, make sure to swing on by to ADTR.net. If you're a Crown Vic lover, if you're a Panther platform lover, you already know about this website. This is the only place you should be getting any parts for your Panther car. But if you want to get yourself one of these things, this is exactly where I got it. It's the only place where you can get it. ADTR.net, or just click the link in the description down below where I will link you guys directly to this bad boy. Now, let's get to installing this thing and reviewing it. Here we go. So what separates this intake tube from the rest of the aftermarket intake setups? Well, to keep things simple, it all comes down to three things. The first thing being the design. Any and all hardcore Panther enthusiasts know all about ADTR. These guys have been designing Crown Vic and Panther specific products for years. They've looked at the Panther platform, studied it, and applied it to the real world. The end result being tried and tested products specifically designed for our cars that actually work. The second thing that makes this simple looking intake tube so special lies in its 3-inch mandrel bent. 3-inch aluminum piping and bead rolled. See, having an uninterrupted 3-inch mandrel bent on your car's intake hose is beneficial in so many different ways. The mandrel bend ensures a smooth, continuous flow of air without any obstructions or restrictions, allowing for maximum airflow into the engine. This gives the engine a consistent and steady supply of fresh air. This little mandrel bend helps to minimize turbulence and air resistance, improving the engine's overall efficiency and responsiveness. Now the next little dirty trick that this intake has lies with the ceramic coating that it has, which helps keep intake temperatures way down. Like I said, guys, this intake tube is tried and true. You won't get any check engine lights, no engine surge, no delay, like what happens with so many other cold air intake setups that are marketed for these cars. And since the intake tube uses the stock airbox that comes with the car, that means, drum roll, no wrench light of doom. Yeah, this damn thing's dirty. Woo, I gotta clean that engine away. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. And the absolute cherry on top, this intake tube pairs great with the 93 octane race tune from Marty. So what that means is that you can expect better engine response, performance, and horsepower gain if you pair this thing up with a Marty tune. As far as the installation goes, super easy, super straightforward. First thing we're going to do is uninstall the OEM intake tube. Go ahead and undo it at the throttle body, and then we'll undo it down here at the airbox that's connected to the mass airflow sensor. And then you pretty much repeat the opposite steps with the new and improved high flow intake tube. Now, an easy way to get this thing to actually install a little bit smoother, because it is a bit of a tight fit if you put it in at a certain angle. Best way to do it is at this angle right here where the throttle body portion is sticking up. And then what we're going to do is, once you got this part inserted in, all you got to do is just rotate it into position. And there you go. Once you got the intake tube properly situated, the next part is hooking up your PCV valve connection. Now the kit does include a little extender hose with a 90 degree, but in this case I happen to have my own little straight connector here. At that point, what we're going to do is just grab the connector, pop it in, and then we're going to insert it in the little hose attachment that comes provided with the intake tube. Once you got that hooked up, the only thing left to do is to tighten down all the little hose clamps. And we just got to tighten down these little coupler clamps. Once all that's said and done, this thing is absolutely solid. Now, one thing I'd like to mention is that when you're ordering the high flow tube on the ADTR website, it's going to give you the option between a 70mm MAF, 80, it even has up to 90. The way that this tube is set up is pretty much set up to work with all 70 and 80mm MAFs and even up to some 90 ones, like I said. In this case, I got myself the 80mm one. I believe the older Crown Vics came with a 70mm one. The ones that have the Marauder style airbox have the 80mm MAF. But with that being said, the only thing left to do is to clean up all this crap, turn this thing on, and see what the old butt dyno says. Wow. Well, I thought I was recording when I turned it on. I guess I wasn't. This thing fired right up. It didn't even hesitate. Just gonna let the car get up to temperature, let the computer do its thing, and then we'll go ahead and take this thing for a spin. Whoa! Whoa! Holy crap! Now, I don't know how many people have experiences with other cold air intake setups, but the responsiveness of this thing is crazy. Look at this. Instant, hear this, hear this. Whoa! Damn! No hesitation, no lag. Look at that. Instant, I love it. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. Highly recommend the ADTR high flow intake tube, especially paired with a Marty tune. This thing, forget about it. It just takes things up to the next level. Super responsive, zero lag, zero hesitation, and the best part, no check engine light and no wrench light of doom. Thank God. Should have done this thing a lot sooner. I highly recommend. If you guys are in the market for a cheap, affordable cold air intake setup, check out ADTR.net and get yourself a high flow. I guess the old Vic wants to go for another ride. Well, hell, get yourself the high flow tube. Link in the description down below. Let me go rip up some of these back roads. I'll see you guys in the next one.